Hey, so I'm just gonna go through all of this stuff kind of quickly. So, Rainbow, there's a couple of different hacks. Rainbow Bootleg Set 1 is the one this video is for. It's on 5K2. Maybe I'll do another one for Koryu, which is another game that people confuse with Rainbow a lot. So, there's three main character-wide mechanics for Rainbow. You can do specials midair. How many times you can do the specials midair, if you can jump cancel them, all of that is completely different. So see, like, I can't do anything after DP, but after Fireball I can jump. Can't do anything after Tatsu, yada yada. The other is that start in neutral or while walking changes your character. Can't do it in the air, can't do it crouching. Can't do it in block stun, yada yada yada. It goes in an order, and it does the top row of the World Warrior characters, bottom row of the World Warrior characters, and then it does Shadowloo, Four Kings, yada yada. The last one, and I may mess this up a couple times, you hold both heavies, you let go of both heavies. Maybe like half a second charge time, you do a teleport. Usually you end up behind the other guy. Sometimes you don't. If it's not clean, you don't get a teleport. It has to be done while there's no inputs on the stick, so if I do it while I'm holding back, nothing. Even if I let go. Okay, you know what? Maybe if I let go, it still works. You have to let go neutral. Today we all learn. You can hold the button at any time, but you have to let go in neutral. It's got to be clean. I don't remember if it works from midair. It does. Cool. Today we all learn. Teleport's really useful. You get behind people, it's great. So I'm just going to go through every character real quick. Fireballs, typically, the lights go slow, the mediums go a little bit faster, and the heavies go a lot faster. There's a little bit of a startup before they actually move. What's really good about the slow ones is you can put a bunch on the screen. This pretty much goes for every character that has fireballs, and guess what? Most every character has fireballs. I think the only one that doesn't is Dictator. Yeah. So, yeah, fireballs are really good, since you can do them in air. It's like Ryu and Ken can do multiple midair, not every character can. And since you can climb the screen with them, pretty cool. So, since it's based off Champion Edition, everything you should think about is a Champion Edition move unless it's different. So, Ryu's heavy DP is different, it goes full screen. Sometimes it hits twice, where in Champion Edition it always only hits once. It doesn't always hit twice. It's kind of based on when you hit, where you hit. So it's Tatsu, since I said it's based on Champion Edition, it has Invul on startup. Now, that's pretty good as it is, you know, for light and medium, right? But where it really stands out is heavy, because heavy goes full screen. So you can kind of just invul through a lot of characters' fireballs, and that's between that and the DP. That's what makes Ryu so good. He's got a good way to get across the screen with invul, one with a hitbox and one with less of a hitbox until later. It's just a really solid character. Panda has hands, but if you hold a direction, you get a fireball. You have to stop doing hands to get another fireball. You can do it in the air. Once again, you have to hit a direction, but after you've done one fireball in the air, you can't get another. He has the headbutt. It's not super great, but you do get to jump it in the air. And you can kind of stall with it. What makes Honda kind of decent is he has the nice multi-hits of his hands. And if you're decent with putting down fireballs, you can still be pretty, you know, pretty annoying to fight. Real strong character. Blanca, same thing, electricity, but if you hold a direction, you get a fireball. You have to do a new electricity to get a fireball. You only get one fireball in the air. You can't jump cancel out of it, I don't think. No. But, you know, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not as good as, say, like playing many other characters, but it's usable. His Blanca Ball is a little different. And this is also the first time I can talk about charge characters. Most charges are cut in half. Not all of them, most of them. So, you know, maybe like a 30 frame charge time. It's not instant. You can't just back forward. You know, it doesn't work that way. The neat thing about his Blanca Ball now, though, is you're able to act. You can put yourself in some unique situations. You're also just able to do, you know, combo into your special moves in the air. That is also a system mod mechanic that I probably should have added at the beginning of the video, but not a lot of characters get a lot of mileage out of it. Blanca does, because Blanca can jump in and do something like this, and you get hit 3 times. And it's usually half health with stun. It's pretty good. It's Blanca in a nutshell. So Guile's main thing is he just wants to throw Sonic Booms. That's about it. He's still got his knee and this other dumb shit. I've got Claw in my hair because I switched around all the characters earlier. You know, there's just some dumb stuff here, but the main thing you really want to do is get a bunch of Sonic Booms on the screen because they're basically shields. They're shields that hurt people. They're great. Ken, worse than Ryu. His fireballs have like a couple more frames of startup. But they're still usable. His DPs are the CE DPs. The heavy does not go as far as Ryu's, but it does always hit twice, so you can get some TOD combos with it. His Tatsu is kind of the same thing, where light, medium, or whatever, but heavy goes full screen. But it doesn't have the invul that Ryu's does. Since it doesn't have the invul, it's not as good. Now, where it does shine, though, is say I throw a fireball and I do a Tatsu. A lot of the times, that will stun. And if you get one stun, that lets you do a jump-in combo and basically kill someone off DP. You just do a CE Ken combo and stun and they die. It's great. Chun is probably the worst character in Rainbow. Her kicks, as you notice, don't produce a fireball unless I hit a punch button during them. That's already kind of weird and annoying. Not super great. And the only other thing she has going for is spinning bird kick. So SBK does have it's like 20 frames, 23 frames of invul and startup, but it's not super amazing. The heavy doesn't, you know, nothing really shines for it. You can do it midair, so that's neat, but you can't jump cancel out of it. You can't jump cancel out of her air kicks. She only gets 1 fireball per air kick. Just kind of, she's okay, but she's not great. Geef is neat. I'm probably going to mess this up. I don't really play Geef outside of Koryu. I'm kind of mad. There we go. Mismatching buttons too hard. He's got kind of a bigger range on his SPD. It's not as big as like Koryu's. You can't just do it like right above someone. But you can kind of do it in like a giant square around them. What's really, really cool about Geef, he has the Geef Copter. You can just return back home. And he technically has a fireball out of it. However, this is an example of a fireball that's input I'm not 100% sure of. Because it seems like anything I try on purpose does not work. But sometimes it comes out anyway. The main thing that really sets Geef apart, though, is his medium punch. So, you get one, and you don't drop it because of slowdown like I do because I'm bad, you can usually stun off of it. And that's really good. That's what really sets Geef apart in Rainbow, for me. Now, technically, you can still, you know, teleport, SPD, but that's pretty good. That's a good example of teleport being a good move because Geef does not get to fight fireballs very effectively. since his lariat doesn't guarantee that he's going to dodge them in this game. So Sim is interesting. Sim's heavy slide goes the full screen, so you can kind of bait people into fireball wars, and when they're throwing a fireball, get them. Cross up, do some silly stuff. He can technically, you know, do quote-unquote combos in this game just because, you know, he's able to cancel his specials. Still not super great, but I'd put him better than Chun-Li just for his slide and being able to use his kit. Dictator's weird. So he's the only character that has like an absurd long charge time on his move, scissor kick specifically. So if you notice, I think it's what, like 100, 110, 107 frames in Champion Edition? Oh yeah, they didn't change that. And when everything is like 30 seconds, you feel it. Especially when his Psycho Crusher is like 30 frames. This is pretty much what you end up seeing Rainbow Bisons do, is Psycho Crusher. And that's really about all he has. I mean, it's about it. He's got the head stomp, but it doesn't have anything fancy out of it. It's just kind of there, really. Sagat. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. When you compare this Sagat and CE Sagat, they're kind of the same character. The difference is CE Sagat, because of the way CE works, Tiger Uppercut is scarier, right? But in this game, since it doesn't have invul, because in CE, like, you don't care. If you trade, you still won, because it's just a big anti-hero, right? But in this game, because it has no invul, it's kind of bad. It does a lot of damage, and that's where Sagat's kind of cool. He does a lot of damage. He has some cool stun combos, but he's kind of just like CE Sagat with more fireballs. That's about it. It's not super great. Boxer and Claw are where the game kind of you kind of turn the game on its head a little bit. So this may not work immediately because I've been swapping characters. If it's not, I'll reset. Okay, yeah. Let me reset. Just gonna close and reopen. And sometimes you have little bugs when you are swapping around characters, or if you get like throws or certain things. That's just to be expected. So here's the neat thing, right? Playing Boxer, holding back, get Fireball. Now I stop getting Fireball. Sometimes I don't know why I stop getting Fireball. Sometimes it's a slowdown thing. Sometimes I've been holding back too much. I need to hit something else. But the main thing is his dash punches produce fireballs, and you can kind of like outzone zoners. You can kind of fix it sometimes by plinking a lightning kick and a light punch together. And you can actually change the speed of the fireball by plinking a kick. So if I plink a medium kick, I get a faster fireball. And same thing with if I plink heavy kick. Now the weird thing is, because I am plinking a kick, sometimes I'll get the kick version of the dash punch, which doesn't always do a fireball. It's weird, right? It's really weird. But being able to lay down a lot of fireballs is really strong. And you can also just hold tap, and usually you'll get fireballs. Usually. The main thing here is, though, you can't down back. You down back, you usually don't get fireball. I assume they probably took whatever code, I don't know. I actually don't know what code they use for this, but they read for back. Tap is still tap, it still does a lot of damage. And since you can do stuff mid-air, that's a thing. Timer scan with both of them. Boxers are really, really neat character. You can kind of outzone zoners because of how many fireballs you can put on screen. And that also goes for Claw. So I actually kind of want to reset this again, just because seeing round start Claw is an experience. So round start Claw, right?
Round 1.
Just think about this. Aw, I fucked up. His fireballs appear very quickly, so if you hit them out of his claw, you usually get hit by a fireball. And since he can teleport and do dumb shenanigans, that's really all he needs. His wall clings, whatever. I think he can technically grab earlier on it, but I'm not a claw player. I'm not gonna try to attempt that. So that seems normal to me. And the other thing is, much like Boxer, if you plink a strength and kick, you get a faster fireball. And that's what makes both of them so deadly. They're able to do this. Now there are some glitches. For example, if I do a heavy throw, now I have fast fireball, but I can plink immediately back into the light kick version. And it's weird, like, I almost could make this an entire thing by itself, just to kind of explain why that works that way. But I've already been talking for like 16, 17 minutes or something like that, so I think this should be plenty. That's kind of the main idea here. So, fireball characters are really strong, especially Claw and Boxer, assuming you can get fireballs on screen, because they also have a hitbox when they do fireballs. Invul is also really strong, and that's why Ryu is really good. And that's why a lot of like top level play kind of boils down to Ryu, Claw, and Boxer. Now obviously you can play any character. If someone messes up or they don't get the right thing the right time, or even if you put them into a bad situation at round start, like Claw does ball, Ryu does DP, and now Ryu's at an advantage, you know? Whatever. But that's pretty much it. It's a fun game. Play it.